It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on Habscast.
I would say so. I'm going to open up most Canadian. Cheers, everybody. Almost a perfect game. Oh, man. I feel bad for Mr. Fowler. What a shitty way to lose a shutout. But lots of, okay, that's the bad part. The good part is that almost a perfect road game, wasn't it? One of the Habs' best games of the season tonight. Holy right. Complete and total domination from basically the first shift on. So much for my laments about Newhook needing to be moved off of the captain line, eh? Holy right. That's their best game in weeks. I mean, the last bunch of games with Slav, they weren't playing that well. They were clicking tonight. Boy, oh boy. Demidov. I tweeted out something before he ever scored, just like he was in all three zones, just dominating all over the ice. He was fantastic. First period, it was, excuse me, it was just a Demidov clinic, I mean, that's the kind of thing. As he gets older here, we're going to see that more and more, like all the time. It was just, he can be the dominant player out there at times. I saw it in junior. I saw it last year. See it at times this year. Tonight, though, best player on the ice, bar none. Just, he's got such a good motor, compete, smarts, skill. Well, we all know about the skill, but it's the intelligence and the competitiveness that sometimes get underrated with him. He's not your typical Russian player. He's just he's got a competitive fire. The motor just never stops running on nights like tonight, and just a handful. He could have had 3 with a little bit of luck tonight. Kapanen, excellent game from Kappy. His best in probably 10 or so, easily. He's making a lot more smart passes. He doesn't make it fancy. He just makes the right play, goes to the right spots. Like even on the goal that he scored, right? Couple of little, wasn't fancy, but just tap it ahead, get it over to Newhook, get to the right spot. Newhook, nice play, got it into him. Newhook's best game since he got back from injury too. All 3, their best game since Newhook came back from injury, and they each had a goal and an assist, and probably should have had more. Anderson got hurt again. I don't know what's wrong with him, but has Laine been activated? I guess they can, right? Like they're on the road. They can't. Do we see Laine tomorrow night? Depends on whether Texier's back or not. I'd get him in, just even Texier, just hold off on Texier for if Anderson can't play, give Laine a game. Why not? Get him in the lineup. See, I mean, hey, it's nice if he plays well. You at least have an idea, right, of how he looks. Because there's an extra secret weapon that come playoff time that you can, if Laine's Laine can score goals. Like there's no doubt about that. So that's not a bad thing to have. Is a guy that can notch some goals for you. So we'll see, but I don't know. I'd bring him in the lineup. You guys tell me what you think. just a master class by the Canadians tonight. I'm curious to see the updated standings now. I'll get them up here and we'll have a look. I like utilizing Flash Score because they do live standings. So the Eastern Conference, Columbus lost today, right? Okay. So obviously the Canadians stay in fourth, 92 points. That's 5 straight years that the Canadians have made an improvement under Marty St. Louis as coach. So no, he's not getting fired, folks. He's not going anywhere. All right, 72 games, 92 points. Nice. 4 straight wins. Nice. 4 straight games with 2 or less goals. Nice. They're really starting to tighten things up. Once again, another game where the defense was solid. Boston's in 5th. So Montreal is still 4 back of Tampa. Boston's in 5th with 90. Montreal has a game in hand. Islanders have played 2 more than Montreal. They're 3 back. Pittsburgh has played 1 more than Montreal. They're 4 back. Columbus. Hey, Montreal finally has a 6-point lead. Detroit's losing 3-0, by the way, to Philly. Philly can move within 2 points of Detroit and Ottawa with a win. They're up 3-0. Never say die. Never say die. Philadelphia, because they're 5 of their last 6, they win tonight. But so if Detroit loses, and it definitely looks like that's what's happening. 6 points between Montreal and Detroit, and Detroit's played 1 more game, so it's getting damn close to it just about being a clinching spot here for the Canadians. Certainly if they win tomorrow night, right? 8 points. 8 points with 9 games left. Anytime you've got as many points spread as games, basically, you've got it. So, yeah, I mean, not all those teams are going to win, right? So it's looking great. I think there were 93% going into the game. 93% chance of making the playoffs is going to be even higher now. So looking good. Habs, Sens are not catching the Habs either. Like, they're in. They're going to be in. Just a question if they can beat Tampa a couple times here and really make it tight. But as far as getting home ice, right, and getting top 2 spot in the East, we'll see. Some historical happenings tonight. Cole Caulfield with the 60th assist is the first Montreal Canadiens defenseman to ever have back-to-back 60-point assist seasons. He does it in his first 2 years in the NHL, folks. Larry Robinson had 60 assists 3 times in his career, but never back-to-back. There was a few years break between all of them, so that's historic. Kapanen ties Jacques Lemaire for the all-time rookie record for centers on the Montreal Canadiens. Like, it's amazing when you think of some of the greats that played center for Montreal through the years. Well, none of them scored more as a rookie than Kappy with his 22. He tied Jacques Lemaire, 22 goals as a rookie center. He with the assists too, he's going to hit 40 points this year, I would say. Demidov's going to hit 60 easily, maybe 65. Caulfield got his 45th. That's another one that I tweeted out something about that tonight. Kolokofel becomes just the 9th Montreal Canadiens skater to score 45 goals, joining Richard, Geoffrion, Béliveau, Cournoyer, Lafleur, Schutt. That's pretty impressive company, isn't it? That is just sensation. But I was hoping maybe he'd get one. He'd get one on the power play at the end of the game, but they weren't able to notch one. They'll be looking for him quite a bit down the stretch here. I can't see him not getting it. He's hot right now, and they'll be feeding him. He's got one of the best playmaking centers in the league beside him, and one of the best playmaking wingers in Slav. So, I think it's pretty much a given that he will score. Here's the first goal, Demi's. We'll get a better look at that shot, eh? Oh, off the post. Ting. Thank you very much. A ting of beauty. Whop. That got things going. You just knew that he was going to score one tonight. And then Kappy in his office there, right in front of the net. Nice play all around. Newhook got it through. Kappy tapped it to him right, and then just stands right in the spot. Newhook got it to him, deked around. That was a nice play by Newhook on that. And here's Caulfield right in the middle. Boom. Slav was looking for it, but hey, you're not the one going for 50, pal. And then here's Newhook's snipe. Nice feed from Demi once again. Demidov was just lights out tonight. So when he's playing like that, guess what? The captain line's really good. But hey, they all three of them played well tonight. But Demidov was especially good. And full marks for that win. Best season the Habs have had in quite some time. What we're seeing this year, but what's really, hey, they're getting good goaltending now. They're getting the defense has tightened up. It's not just the goaltending. They're the things go hand in hand. The three pairings seem to be working. Struble, how many mistakes has Struble made since he's been back in the lineup? Not very many. So you can't take him out, right? And they've got their 6 defensemen here now, and they're going to go with these guys down the stretch. I would think, it'll be until they have a place clinched. I don't expect that we'll see too much of Jack-Eye. It's just the 3 pairings are working right now. Gooley's game has really come around. Cateret's been fine the last since that bad stretch that he had. Dobson and Matheson, they were pretty solid, and Hudson better tonight. And as far as making mistakes goes, picked up that big historic 60th assist. So just everything's coming up Millhouse, as they say. Let's take a look here at the hard evidence. Kappy 0 for 4 in the faceoffs again. He hasn't been winning too many of the last 2 or 3 games there, so that's starting to become a bit of an issue. He's not winning too many draws, So if there's a negative, that would be one. They were 52% on faceoffs tonight. Newhook's been excellent the last, I don't know, 5 games. He's been 60 plus, I think, every game. 61 again tonight. Dano 50-50. Jake Evans 64%. So the main guys were good. Newhook 43%. That's about his average. As far as Kapanen and Demidov each +3. Gooley +3. Newhook +3. So solid efforts from those lads. 2 points each for Demidov, Kapanen, Newhook. Suzuki 2 more apples. Keeps himself firmly ensconced in that top 10. They even put up a graphic today saying, going to be the first one to be top 8 in scoring since Naslund if he stays where he is. And I think he will. He's got a tendency to be stronger at the end of the year, right? Shots wise, Caulfield and Suzuki each had 4. Kappy 3. 32 overall. Hudson 3 more shots. They led the way along with Newhook and Galley each with 3. Matheson 5 hits tonight. Veleno hitting again. Can't snipe though, eh? Geez, he had a nice. He was dangerous on the penalty kill. He just couldn't. He couldn't finish her off. Block shots. Bolduc with 2. A little quieter night for Bolduc tonight. I don't think it helped that. You kind of had to jumble up the lines after Anderson was out, but yeah, I don't know. I'll check the chat, but does anybody know what happened to Anderson? I didn't notice. But block shots, Noah Dobson led the way again. He always does. Carrier, Danault, Hudson, all with 2 blocks. Yeah. As far as ice time goes, Hudson, Dobson, each 21. Matheson a little less. Carrier 19. Struble 16-13. I like to see that. And what Ghouls have? 17-23. So there you go. It was 16 between 16 13 for Struble and 21-19 for Hudson. So like a 5-minute spread between the 6th defenseman and the top. I think that might be the closest gap that we've seen between the 6th. I'm almost certain 5 minutes, a little over 5-minute gap between number 1 in ice time and number 6. I like to see it. Good. I'm glad to see Strub's getting a little more, trusting Struble a little more, because he's earned it. He's been good. So. Oh, Marcus, what a night. Let's fucking go. Foul. No fouler language. Thanks, buddy. Well, who's Jomo? Jomo, I appreciate the super sticker. $2 from Jomo. That's kind of a new name. Thank you, buddy. Welcome to Habscast. Enjoy your stay. Have a beer. You know you're going to have 3 beers tonight. Huh. $5 from Ken. Well, Ken. 1, 2, 3. How'd you know, eh? I might have 3. Yes, it's entirely possible. 200 and... Oh, okay. Geez, I was excited there. I thought there was 295 on YouTube, but it's 107. Not too bad, I guess. 18 minutes in. If you're watching on X, come on over. We're having a pint. Have a pint in the live chat. Saturday night. Damn it. Thank you, Ken, for the contribution, buddy. I appreciate it. 45 for Cole. Yes, sir. Demigod. Ivan Demigod tonight. Full-fledged demigod. Michigan State lost in overtime. My niece's husband, for whatever reasons, is just, he's Michigan State fan. All, basketball, football, hockey, major, for whatever reasons, loves MSU. The Spartans got upset in basketball last night in the the big basketball tournament, and today now the hockey team gets gone. Wisconsin, nice to see Wisconsin bounce back from the Granado years. After Cole left, they had a couple of down years, and they canned Granado. Looks like they're back. Wisconsin, lots of history there. So, hey, Martone, I guess, will sign with Philly. Don't count Philly out here, man. I was talking to a guy from the club, and they thought they were done, but no, they're not done. 5 period. Oh, wait a sec here. Oh my God, no. Detroit scored 3 goals. Oh, okay. Sorry, Flash Score's been funny lately. They've been given wrong scores, and then you go to it, and it's nope. We're just joking, because it said 3-3 with 5 minutes left in the third period, but it's still 3-0. Actually, both teams have had a goal disallowed. A lot of disallowed goals this year. But hey, Philly wins, man, and they're 3 points out. They're not done. That's crazy. Go, Philly, go. You know what? I'll bring up the NHL. A little more reliable on the scores. Sorry, folks, if you already know all these scores, but I don't. Busy getting ready for the podcast, but hopefully a few of you. Utah's beaten LA. That's a big game because they're kind of close for that last playoff spot. 3-1 Utah in second, midway through the game. Calgary beaten Vancouver in the tank matchup. Washington, Vegas just getting underway in a few minutes. 10:30 start. That's kind of weird. Tampa, of course, beat Ottawa. Ottawa was up 2-0. Edmonton beat Anaheim 4-2. They kind of needed that. Boston over Mini 6-3. Thanks a lot, Minnesota. Let me guess, another fantastic defensive game from Quinn Hughes. I'm curious to see here. Pasternak runs his Hartman. McCarron hasn't exactly been rolling, has he? Quinn Hughes, -3. He's been lots of minus games, man. -6 for the season. Superstar. Anyway. Yeah, he has. He's been on the ice for a lot of goals against. Remember the Montreal game when Gallagher walked him? I don't know. I just find that people put way too much. Yeah, he's great with the puck. He's a great skater, but you don't have the puck 90% of the time. You got to be good away from the puck, and I just find him to be okay in that regard. I just find him overrated. And it doesn't help friggin' American. Not that being American's bad. all you folks that are from America that are watching, just I don't know. I still have a sour taste in my mouth from the Olympics. Dallas 6-3 over Pittsburgh. Carolina 5-2 over New Jersey. San Jose, thank you, beat Columbus 3-2. Buffalo edged Seattle 3-2. St. Louis beat up on Toronto 5-1. Habs, of course, won. Winnipeg 4, Colorado 2. Winnipeg, is it too much, too little, too late for those guys? I don't know. We'll see. But it's so, the West is so poor that they're probably still in it, right? Let's just see here. I mean, do you think somebody could catch Nashville the way they look tonight? They didn't look very good. They're minus 25 in goal differential. They can be had. Winnipeg is 3 back, it looks like, of Nashville. So they're still in it. I would really like, the more Canadian teams in there, the better. I hope Winnipeg can find a way of sneaking in. Habs have activated beast mode. Pretty much, eh? Freaking rock and rolling. Absolutely. Seriously, it's great to see the Habs dominate early. For a change, right? They'd been outshot 29-10 in the first period of the previous 2 games. And tonight, yeah. So I guess when the Habs make the playoffs, I'm going to start talking that they are. They're going to have a rookie goaltending tandem. I think that's a given. For only the 4th time in the past 30 years. So, and one of the other was the Habs with Halak and Price. So 2 of the 4 rookie goaltending tandems in the past 30 years, in this playoff series, after this playoff series starts, will have been Montreal Canadiens goalies. Hopefully these 2 turn out to be as good as the tandem that were in nets the first time around in Halak and Price. But Anderson out now, was already nursing something. We're on the road. Wonder if this means line A. Yeah, I was saying that myself. Are we having a relaxing game for once? Yeah. By the way, you weren't the Francois that just followed me on X, were you? It was fairly relaxing. Thank goodness. I mean, I got my headline ready, Habs with rookies, Romp, because I knew, hey, this is going to work. I didn't have to scramble at the last minute to come up with a headline and all that, because you don't know how the freaking game's going to turn out. So, yeah. The puck movement of our second line has been unreal tonight. Man, the future's so bright for our team. Yeah. They look like they been playing together forever, right? And hey, do you not notice it though with Cole and Slav and Susie? They zip the puck around there sometimes. It's like they know each other's tendencies so well now, and just there's such chemistry. I don't like adding new players when a team is clicking. Well, Sammy, they're not going to be They're not going to be adding Zorowski. Maybe Hage. Anyone get another update on Hage? Is he playing tomorrow or Price calling Cole Mr. Saturday evening? Yeah, that was funny because I guess he was Mr. Saturday night, right? I didn't really like it when they start calling him that. That's my bit. Remember the Mo when he was a baby or whatever? That's my bit. You freaking on The Simpsons? Yeah. I don't like adding new players. No, sorry. Price calling them. Okay, sorry. This half beer is already kicking in, folks. Still room for improvement when Fowler goes outside his net to play the puck. Yeah, I know. It's not the real strength of his game. What an unfortunate way, though, to lose it. Okay? Bounces off the stanchion. I mean, he's really good at tracking the puck, and poor guy. Looking that way. The puck's over here. And I guess the Habs aren't going to get a shutout this year. It's just not in the cards, it looks like. Demi and Kappy play a complete game already. Yeah, they do. And I agree, Demidov played his best defensive game of the year. All three zones. Stealing pucks from the other team. Philly's up 4-0 now. Thank you very much. Safe to say that's it for Detroit. Going down tonight. Good. Kid deserved the shutout. Yep. Follow was okay, but I agree with Ken here that it was a stout defensive effort. Full 60-minute effort by the entire team. Wonderful to watch the Habs. Yeah, wonderful game. Stress-free game, basically. To quote Ric Flair, woo! Yeah. 4 straight wins, baby. Not bad, eh? Demi had 2 hits tonight, was physical. I think that was the best version of him we've seen yet. 2-way game was fantastic. Hey, Jomo. Oh, okay. Thanks for the donation, by the way. You're in Bright, Ontario. Oh, boy. Not sure where Bright is, but thank you, Jomo, and welcome to Habscast. We love having new people in here, man. Let's build this community. I'm Oxford County. Aha. Kitchener-Waterloo area. Gotcha. Nice. I'm just looking at the map here. Oh, near Plattsville, Innerkip. That's pretty cool. All right. So not far from Gretzky, eh? Woodstock. Okay. Tilsonburg, tobacco picking country. Good stuff. Yeah, let me know where you're, especially if you're new to the Habscast. Let me know where you hail from. Always curious. Demi got first star. Well, he better have. Friggin' guy was amazing. Yeah, well, they were bad enough tonight. They did not have much spark at all. O'Reilly, Didn't see much from O'Reilly tonight. They looked completely deflated this evening. Only showed a little life after that odd bounce goal. Yeah. Fowler, the second star. I think I gave it to Kappy tonight, but I'm a little biased, I guess. Anderson got sick, yeah. So maybe he's back tomorrow. Oh yeah, I want to. I haven't checked out the junior scores here. Curious to see if a certain somebody's back in the lineup. Ew, Regina's leading Medicine Hat 2-1. And Pickford's playing. Yes. I didn't think he got that hurt. If you watch my video this afternoon, I got the clip. And okay, good. I'm glad he's back in the lineup. Now Hage tomorrow, and we're life is good. Wow, Red Deer. Red Deer is beating. Oh, these scores, man. The score said 4-0 Red Deer, and it's 4-3 Red Deer, and it's 4-0 for Prince Albert. Okay. Daxon Rudolph, goal and 2 assists. Oh, it's 5-0 now. Well, Prince Albert's gonna romp in that one. Medicine Hat will have their hands full with them. Yeah. Just looking. Kelowna's up 3-1 on Kamloops. Papanicus has been doing nothing lately. Seahash has been scoring like crazy for Kelowna. He's really seems like Aginla and Seahash are teaming up, and Papanicus been in sleep mode lately. Hopefully he's playing well defensively. I'll have to do a video on him again soon. All right, let's get back to 113, 390 on X, 113 on Habs Cast. If you're watching on X, come on over. Have a pint with us here. Live chat. We've only got 113. It's Saturday night. I want 200. I want 200 people on live chat and YouTube Saturday night after a big win. Let's get her done. And hit that friggin' button, by the way. Hit the like button. If you're new here, fella from Bright, Ontario, subscribe. Get your notifications when the next Habs cast coming up, which will be tomorrow. We're going to feature the Habs prospect of the week and the draft prospect of the week with Mr. Rick Springhetti. They announced during the game that, yeah, he's got an illness. They wanted to kill Evangelista. Yeah, they did. Take a bit to start. Lionel's engine would need to play only 10 minutes max. Yeah, that's fine. Barely noticed the third line. Well, yeah, little Rickism there. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know if it was easily the most dominant game, but certainly one of. They've had a few. You don't always remember them. Died on Sunday, but yeah, one of their most dominant games for sure. Feel for Galley. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have a high endurance right now, does he? I was wondering if he sits. I'm wondering if he sits tomorrow, but if Anderson's out, I guess not. But I'd be bringing in, if Anderson's back, I'd bring in Line A for Galley tomorrow anyway. He looks like Rhino from the Spider-Man cartoons. Head down, full speed ahead. Yeah. I don't know if speed's the right word, but yeah, I know what you mean. Cole will hit 50. I thought the list would have been longer than that, but impressive nonetheless. Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch more with 40 plus, like, and he passed a couple of people that with, like Joe Malone had 44 in his rookie season. I like how they classify Joe Malone and Newsy Lalone as rookies, and they'd been playing in the NHA for years, which became the NHL in 1917. I guess everybody's classified as a rookie because it was the first year the NHL existed. So, when you do Google search and rookies all-time scoring, and they've got freaking Malone and Lalonde in there. It's like, not really, guys. They're not rookies. See Cole getting 50, though maybe not the Rocket, as Mac would need to suck rest of year. Oh, okay, the Rocket Richard. And I don't see that. Yeah. I don't know if he'd have to suck, just Caulfield have to score 2 more goals than him. It's possible. In the past, past month, he scored 2 more goals than McKinnon, has he not? So why can't he do it in the last 10 games? You can do it. Jomo, thanks, Grant. Love your opinion. Hey, love that you're here. I love that we get new people on here. I'm with you, Grant, that they're in. Real chance to set the tone with next 2 against Tampa. Yeah, those would be good. Tampa's beatable. They're a little banged up too. What's crazy is Demi's just scratching the surface. Oh yeah, freaking rookie, 20 years old. Fourth line will see some changes if the postseason is favorable. Galley may start initially, but this isn't personal, and decisions will be optioned. Yeah. If he's invisible and they're, they got to make changes, he could come out. The game tomorrow could really relieve some tension. Another win versus Carolina, baby. Yeah, but they're, the cool thing is that they can lose that one and it's not, it's not the end of the world. But yes, winning would be good. Tough in Carolina, frig. That's a really boisterous building, and they play well there. Veleno could not hit the net if it was wide open. Well, yeah, good old Joe. He's had his chances. Speaking of Joe, Joe's cousin, Mike Buona Country, is next level hockey, folks. Specialist in hockey development, trusted by NHL prospects. Whether you're looking to elevate your shooting, skating, stick handling, or overall game, NLH is here to take your game to the next level. Visit them at nextlevelhockey.com. and follow their Instagram. You see it below there at Next Level Hockey _ for daily tips, posts, and updates. If you or someone you know have young aspiring hockey players who want to elevate their game, trust Next Level Hockey to guide them forward. Next Level Hockey. It's in the name. Go follow them on Instagram, subscribe, and you'll get into a draw to win a $500 gift certificate for merchandise from Next Level Hockey and on ice training. So $500 gift certificate. Very generous of Mike. Go do us both a favor. Go there, hit the like button, just like you, or the subscribe button, just like you should be doing here, and everybody be happy. Real happy. Sheldon is in the building, and he's got a toonie for me. Thank you, Sheldon. Habs are hitting their stride at the right time. Yes. Absolutely. Positively. Berube is about to be fired. Yeah, maybe, eh? Detroit's still down. Yes. I know. That scared me too. It's when it said 3-3. It's like, no, it can't be. It's impossible. I'm going back to the NHL scoreboard here just to make sure. Ooh. Detroit scored 2 goals, folks. It ain't over till it's over. Flyers are hanging on 4-2. Mammoth are up 5-1 on LA now. I didn't understand them getting what's his face? Panarin. I don't know. I had Dennis Bernstein on. He's saying, "Oh, most skilled player since Palffy." Really? You haven't had guys more skilled than Palffy in the cup years and stuff? I mean, I think I consider Doughty to be more skilled than Palffy, but better player anyways. I guess maybe I'm mixing up skill and good player, but anyway, I don't think they know what they're doing. And these bring in the friggin' 70-something-year-old GMs. Just really? Is that the best you can do? Friggin' Holland. I mean, you look back on guys that had success 20 years before, but you know, the success had something to do with having Lindstrom and Zetterberg and Datsuk and Yzerman. I mean, yeah, anybody can freaking win with players like that. Blues 5-1 over. And the Jets beat the Avalanche 4-2. Avalanche have not been world beaters. You know, they're like, how many more points does Colorado have than Montreal? Not that many. 106 to 90, 14 points. I mean, it's a decent spread, but not that pronounced. They've got 8 more points than Buffalo. Would you have said that 40 games ago? Buffalo would be within 8 points of Colorado at the end of the year. Pretty crazy. So as far as win percentage goes, .639 win percentage. That's pretty nice, eh? And plus 23 goal differential. Habs are now 19-8-8, which 8 losses on the road is the best in the Eastern Conference. and tied for the second best in the NHL. Only 8 losses on the road. Habs, for whatever reason this year, you know what I think part of it is that they're a close knit. They're a close knit group. I think that has something to do with it. They're now 7-3 in their last 10. No more of these overtime losses, eh? None of those in the past 10. Only team in the East that has a 4-game winning streak right now. No other team has 3. So, right at this very moment, folks, Habs are the hottest team in the East. They're the hottest team along with St. Louis in the NHL. St. Louis having won their last 4 as well. St. Louis 7-1-2. All they had to do was start playing Logan Mailloux 23 minutes a game, apparently. Yeah. Good stuff. Winnipeg now is knocking on the door. Yep. Rangers are done and gone. Absolutely. 3 points out for Winnipeg. Go, Winnipeg, go. Sheldon, do you cheer for Winnipeg too? Secondary team? Do I see a pound note here? Charles in charge? I gotta come down and see this. A $5. Oh, 5 pounds. I drink these 3 beers, be another 5 pounds. Thanks, Charles. Just back from the pub where us expats watch Habs play. Oh, really, eh? Atmosphere was incredible. Go Habs, go. Yeah, I guess like you wouldn't be like fighting for soccer matches on there middle of the night, right? Good stuff. Talk them into what switching the telly from darts to the hockey game. Right on, my friend. That's pretty cool. Charles, by the way, for you newbies, is in Scotland, and he's a Canadian immigrant. Good stuff. Oh, Rick Cam 1522, diehard Habs fan, hoping the Sens and Jets can sneak in. So we have 2 Canadian teams sneak in too. Yeah, I agree. I want 4. I want all 6 Canadian teams in every year. I don't consider a Toronto Canadian team. 2 Canadian teams in the East, 2 in the West, Habs and Oilers in the finals, Habs and 7 at home. Sounds good. Let's make it happen. For a while there, frig. It's looking like there may not be any Canadian teams in the friggin' playoffs. Imagine that. Gary'd be just in his glory. Yes, Richard, 5 straight years with an improv in point totals. Yet there's still people, because Arbor Jackeye gets benched, gotta fire the coach. He doesn't like tough players. Maybe Flo should come up for Anderson. It's kind of a short notice there, John. I'd like that. I assume that Liney's on the trip. Bring in Patty. Give him a game. See how he looks. See how the legs look. He's been practicing, been working his butt off for 2 months now here. Give him a game. What do I think of Owen Protz? Kevin, I guess you missed my Owen Protz video yesterday, eh? Why don't you fire that up after you leave after this podcast and check it out. I've got a good video of all Owen's biggest hits. I talk about the signing, all that jazz. So it's on my timeline on my YouTube channel here. Actually got good numbers too, like 3,000 people checked out the video. Also had like 2,000 people look at the other hits, Owen Protz hits video that I have up. So I think I had a lot of traffic from people just searching Owen Protz. Oh, up comes my podcast. So hopefully getting a few new people in here because of that. They should call up Blay. Yeah. Well, again, they're on the road. Laval played tonight. Like, why call somebody up? Not for the tomorrow. They play tomorrow at 5 o'clock. They're not calling somebody up. Give line A a bunt. Oh, it's up to 96.7% on money cap puck. Yeah. Well, getting close to the 538 had Hillary winning the election over Trump. It's getting close to that number. Which still means that there's a chance, right? Still not 100% till it is. Yeah. The second line must have had great numbers tonight, eh? Even every game Kappy's Fenwick sucks, it seems like, but even Fenwick had to give him a good mark tonight, I think. Demidov led the way, 0.51 on the expected goals, 90% captain. I don't ever quite understand this. Expected goals and expected goals percentage. Why are they different? Anyway, Kappy at 90%, Newhook, Hudson, Demidov just behind him. That I can handle. Canadians lines. Expected goals, 87.9%. Veleno, Deneau, and Gallagher had 97.9% expected goals percentage. Sometimes these stats, I swear to God. Corsi, 62% for captain line. 85% Fenwick for Veleno, Deneau, Gallagher. Whatever. I don't get it sometimes. I really don't. Take those stats with a grain of salt sometimes, especially at game stats. Sometimes you just, what were they watching? We could be seeing our version of when Swayman Allmark played. How ironic, we have two rookies named Jacob and Jakob. Yeah. Can't write that any better. Is that like Wright with a W, like Shane Wright? Wright and Wright. If we had Wright and Wright in the lineup and Jacob and Jakob, we'd be all set. Maybe Stammer will jump ship now, Grant. Yeah, I think the trade deadline's over, Drum Dude. You got a good hard knock on the head there from your accident or what, buddy? Just kidding. The Habs really dodged a bullet when Marcia showed. Oh, I didn't want them to. It just wasn't a fit. don't sign guys just because they're French Canadian. You know, yeah, and I don't. That's still rumor, right? Like what? Canadians really were begging to get him? I don't know. How many brothers does Cole Hudson have that play hockey? He has 3. Lars is next. He's not eligible till the 2027 draft. Although I think maybe he's just not going to be quite as good as he's a small left defenseman, but he might just not be quite as good as his brothers. Hey, that's they can't all be freaking superstars. I don't think. Very little to complain about the effort by everybody. That game could have been a real blowout if Foligno could get anywhere close to the net with a shot. Yeah. Could have had multiple shorthanded goals. Oh, wow. Life in the fast lane. And Kappy getting the puck up to Deneau, too. Mr. freaking Stonehands. Could have had a breakaway, too, on the penalty kill. Do you even notice Deneau out there most nights? But apparently 85% Frenwick. They're on pace for 104.77 points. Yeah, I'd never guessed the 0.77. You're right. Who'd have guessed that would be borderline for the playoffs? Yeah. I predicted they'd get 103 points, so I might even have been Mr. Optimism might have been pessimistic at the end of the day. Okay, we've got under 100 people on here at the Habs cast. What the hell? Come on, folks. All you guys watching on X, Elon doesn't pay me. YouTube does. Get your butts over here to the Habs cast. Type Habs cast into your Google machine and you'll see YouTube. Ding, bing. And come on in. Join us. Hit the like button. Grab a pint. Give us your thoughts on the Habs. Tell us, like, if you want, you want Jack in the lineup, come on in, and I'll even accept that in the timeline tonight. I want people. I want bodies in here. PK better when Evans in the box. Yeah. He's been a little better lately, but Kapanen was excellent on the PK tonight. They even featured him, Rudy. It's like Toronto's so bad they're starting to feature Montreal. There's actually 2 of them watching Montreal instead of all of them watching the Toronto games now because they're so embarrassing. It's kind of funny, actually. Zephyl Cave, your parents lived in Cornwall for a few years, yeah? My aunt and uncle lived in Cornwall for 60 years. Getting his Selkie minutes late in the season. What's like a little more on the PK and stuff? Well, when Evans is in the box. Slav can get 30 goals. Oh, he'll get 30 goals. All right, second beer here. Where's McCaskill? Is he not in here? Where's the rascal McCaskill? want to ask him what the temperature was in Nunavut tonight. 4-3 Flyers. Are you effing kidding me? Five three final. Oh. Oh. Oh, Michkov got another point. GLG will be ecstatic. What a disappointing sophomore campaign for the chunky Russian. Oh, Kelowna scored their 4th goal. We'll see if it was the Pop Panicus was in on it. Back to the WHL. I want to check. Medicine Hat. Regina's going to beat Medicine Hat. Looks like 1 minute left in the 3rd period. Oh, now it says 20 minutes left in the 3rd period. Yeah, flash scores. I don't know. There have been a few squirrels in the system of late. Flyers are trying to choke the game away. They were up 4-0. Yeah, well, guess they got a friggin' empty netter. Sorry if I already mentioned, but any idea of the Hage injury? I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Nobody mentioned him tonight. Yeah, funny, eh? Him. Should have used a capital H. Yeah, when Strubal's playing well, suddenly just things quiet down a bit, eh? And Demigod for Calder. Well, unfortunate for him, he had to be a rookie in a year that a franchise defenseman came along, or it would be. Seneca scored a nice goal, nice tip goal tonight. He's still like, share, and subscribe. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Habs always have and always will be Canada's team. Hallelujah. What's really neat too, whenever you see, like, I don't know, sports events throughout the world and events and this and that, you see Habs jerseys everywhere, right? It's pretty cool. Yeah, he'd be in the running if Schaefer wasn't around, but I will definitely check your video of Owen Protz. Well, good. So, Charles, what do you got to say? Let's couple of pub. Let's crank out a few pub texts here. Pub fueled texts. Arbor is traveling with the team, so if Anderson can't play, 7D and double shift, or they can pull a Gary Lehman and put him up on the wing. Yeah. See, Charles had to get. We had to get the Jack Eye talking here, right? Well, that's the other thing. Just put Arbor on the friggin' wing. Turn him into that. Convert him into that. Fenwick is an idiot. Yes, he is. They could finally play wing. Yeah, Jack on the wing. There you go. I missed that one, but yeah. There you go. Winger, enforcer, Arbor Jack Eye. Call up Florian. Stick Arbor on the other wing. Bingo, bango, a bongo. Line would have to be reactivated, and I don't see that happening. Well, what's the big deal about reactivating him? He gets his big bonus check tomorrow, doesn't he? Frick, you're going to be paying him a couple mil. Frickin' make him earn it on the day he gets his bonus check. Isn't it on March 29th? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Francois has the explanation. I knew that was coming. The high goals percent. Corsi, because they were on the ice for a few shots for, only one shot against. Well, good for them. Grant, if you were a betting man, who would you put money on for 3 teams winning the Q? Oh, I don't know. I don't follow it close enough this year. I'm Habs. I'm Habs cast. I can't. I'm the wrong person to be asking. Followed it close enough. Prince Albert, Bradford, and Moncton again. There. Well thought out. We do not have insider knowledge about Texia's health. No. You're not getting it from me. They don't tell me much. Leo Lavalley from Montebello. I travel through Montebello, the Guy Lafleur auto route every now and then, I think. Cole has been on almost a goal per game, and now it's average half a game. What are the odds? 3rd glass of red. Yeah. Cheers, Leo. Oh, yeah. Tastes good tonight. I'm having a Coors Light. Cheers. Oh, GLG is in here. Matt Fay, got your point. Yay! I know everyone thinks Nyes is the guy. Yeah, not me. You know, when the word everyone means everyone. And no, I don't believe rumors. I don't believe every rumor I read. Pierre Legrand even shot it down. So, but if I'm Habs, I'd like Owen Tippett. I think he could be available. Danny B. I can see wanting Zorowski in a first. Yeah, I don't know. Might you think he's thrilled with the Russian experiment? I think he might want less Russians than more Russians, but we'll see. We'll have to ask GLG about that. Do you think GLG? Do you think Danny Briere's in love with Russians now that he's had 2 years of Matvey? You can weigh in on that. Arbor on the wing, easy. Skoy George. Yeah. March 30th for the thing? I thought it was 29th. I read somewhere 29th for his bonus. Suzuki and Line A, first D pair. Take it to the bank. Arbor on the wing. Line A, Suzuki on defense. Okay, guys, slow down on the booze consumption here, or the happy hay or whatever. Lull at Arbor at left wing tomorrow. Almost made it a show without Arbor mentioned. No, you gotta talk Arbor. Any updates? Yeah, I got an update. I don't know nothing. There's your update. Page update. Grant the insider. Let me just. I'll just text my the physical therapist for Michigan. Just give me 1 sec here. Page update. What the fuck is going on with Hage? You should get back to me a couple of months. Far too many consider Cole getting 50, Nick 100 more important to making playoffs. Jeez, I hope not. Is that what your buddies at the bar were saying there, Charles? So not too many of them saying it on here. Filterless bear. Uh-oh. We got to put the filter on you or what? Is that the game? Evangelista was weak, running the goal and refusing to fight. I agree. He also ran to the refs several times after the play. Stroobs went after him. Yeah, took a penalty too. Van went after him, and so did Evans. Big bad Evans even. If you won't fight Jake Evans, you're not very tough. We need a center. Yeah. Zorowski's not it. Owen Beck. Lenny does not have to earn his bonuses guaranteed, so no need to play him. Oh no, I know it's guaranteed. I'm just saying. You know, you're paying him the friggin' money. Get something out of it. Play him. You know? They need more wins. That was scary at the end of the game for Flyers fans. You're on fire tonight. Oh, yeah. Douse it out here. We have some nice call-ups to make. Absolutely. Kapanen for Forrester. I'd love that. No. You're talking to the wrong hombre about trading Kappy, let me tell you. Tina always knows when Kappy scored a goal. Put it that way. Yes, Kappy. I want him to score like 40 this year. Just stick that in your pipe, Renault, and smoke it. Mr. Eye roll when I said Kappy could be second line center this year. Demi was flying tonight. He even ran over a defenseman at the blue line in the third. Oh yeah, he's got lots of jam. Hudson. You gotta love him, eh? Second game now there. He's the protector of the goalie. I love it. Is it too early to admit he's a bust? What's the rush? Yeah. First round pick, you don't give up on him at 22, for Christ's sake. Give him another contract. He's getting better each year. Slowly but surely. Black Aces, Florian, Beck, Reinbacher, Hage. I don't see it. No. Hage, yes. Florian, Beck, Reinbacher, Stain, Laval. Bring up Blay. You got Line A, Blay, Valeno, and Hage. And Texier. Out of that group, guys in and out. Hudson, the enforcer, yes. Maybe not in your podcast, but in others, which is why I support you. Okay. Oh, yeah, people have been saying that. Off the bed, it's nearly 4 a.m. We have to go shopping soon. Aha. I know all about that. Take me shopping. Okay, Charles. Thanks for the $5. Thanks for the $5. I appreciate it. Where's McCaskill? Is he stewing because we were arguing about Lehman? I did say enforcers, Donnie. Lehman was no enforcer. Oh, well. Hudson the enforcer. Now there's an enforcer. Yes. Yes, Gordon. Good, George. Machar won't be the first rounder not to play. Yeah, he won't be the first rounder not to play. Yeah, exactly. It's especially at 26, you know. Might as well be a second round pick. From 25 on in the draft, or even 20 on, I'll just do a little exercise here just to accentuate that. Brian Wild, Brian's done some studies on it, and it's got percentages, and it's crazy how low it is. The number of like, let's say, okay, 2013, all right, from 18 to 34, let's say, okay, 18 to 34, 17 picks. All right. Mirko Mueller, Kirby Reichel, Emile Poirier, Hunter Shinkaruk, Marco Dano, Morgan Klinchuk, Ian McCoshen, Chris Bigra, all didn't make it. And they were picks between what would be first round picks this year, like 30, the top 32. Okay. So between 18 and 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 picks between 18 and 32 never made it in the NHL. And that's 12 years later. They didn't make it, you know, by this point, they're never making it. Next year was better. But between 20 and 32, all right. Connor Bleakley, Nikita Sherbak, remember that name? Nikolai Goldobin, who played 125 games. Sorry, that's a bust. Josh Hosang, John Quenville, the 5'8" defenseman, first round pick. Brendan Lemieux, 74 career points. Jace Harlock. So there's 7, basically at least half. You're looking like you're lucky if you get 50% from 20 on in the draft that end up making it. You know, there are some good draft years, but the next year, 2015, at 19, Evgeny Svechnikov, 22, Jakob Larson, Anaheim defenseman, Gabriel Carlson, Columbus defenseman, Nick Merkley, Jeremy Roy. So that one wasn't terrible, Colin White, 113 points. He didn't really, but maybe 60% success rate as far as getting an NHL player out of it. But you see what, you see a familiar pattern here. The next year, Kiefer Bellows at 19, Dennis Cholowski, Julian Gauthier, your man Rubtsov, who GLG remember, Henrik Borgstrom, Riley Tuft, Lucas Johansson, Igor Korshkov, played one game in the NHL, scored a goal. That was it. Tyler Benson. So those were all guys picked between 19 and 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Max Jones too. I mean, 67 career points. Hello. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks between 19 and 32. So 30% made it. It's just, it's a crapshoot. I mean, you're picking 17-year-olds, and from 20 on, some make it, some bust. Mind you, that year, like it's looking like, well, Reed Schaefer, I don't know if he'll make it. Isaac Howard, we'll see. Brad Lambert, Mavic Lamoureux probably makes it. Yuri Kulich, I think the bloom is worn off a bit. Philip Beestead, maybe. Yeah, there were picks that could have been made. Obviously, Fraser Minton would have been a good pick instead. Toronto actually made a good pick, but it's not like picks after that. Jagger, Furcus, Artem Dudo, Ryan Chesley, Paul Ludwinski, Dylan James, Topias Leinonen, Noah Warren. Warren might make it. Julian Lutz. Like, none of these guys are close to Matthias Havlid. None of these guys are close to making the NHL right now. It's early. So, anyway, can't get too worked up about that. See you next podcast. Oh, yeah? Okay, Charles. Bye now. I don't see Florian as NHL ready yet. Yeah, I don't think so. Good night, guys. Keep winning so you can rest your starters when you play the Flyers the second last game of the season. There you go. Hopefully it means something, eh, buddy? Have a good night. Monty play on the wing. Might score as many goals as Arbor. Oh, here I am bringing up Arbor's name again. The Lindsay Vallis pick from back in the day. Lindsay Vallis. Yes. One of the, along with Brent Bilodeau, the infamous Seattle first-round picks every year. 3 years in a row. At least Turner Stevenson turned into a fourth-line plugger. Newhook's speed tonight was very noticeable. He also played great. He was better. Can't complain about Mesher when we got the top two players in that draft. Well, that's how I tend to look at it. you look at an entire draft. You never focus on one. You know, it's oh. You look at the whole thing. If you get two players that play, you've done okay. If you get three, you've done very well. If you get more than three, you've hit the frickin' jackpot. Well, and if you get the two best players or two of the five best players in the draft, it doesn't matter. You hit the jackpot. So they got Slav and Hudson, right? 138 points, Hudson, 174 points, Slav. Got Engstrom coming in. You got Davidson. Beck will be an NHLer. You look at point totals from the draft year. 4 have 100 or more points. The top one is Slav, and Cooley's got 2 more points than Hudson. And Hudson ain't a center, so yeah, I'll take it. I will take it. Works for me. Just pretend. No, exactly. That's what I always do. Like 26th overall pick was Lane Hudson, so I don't know what you're talking about. They picked Meshar at 60. We'll see. Like 63 or whatever it was. Yeah, exactly. Man, what a steal, Hudson at 26 overall, eh? What a great, not only getting Slav with the first pick, but at 26 getting Hudson. And then why not take a flyer on this Meshar guy at 63 or whatever? Yeah, good draft. Engstrom at 34, that was a pretty solid pick. Then you get Beck at 92. Wow. Actually, no, I'd say Beck at 63, and then Meshard. Hey, what? Not a bad third round pick. He's, anyway, exactly. That's how I tend to look at it. Keep that glass half full, folks. Or beer half full. I think they will call up Liney before playoffs and give him 5-6 games. Call him up. Where is he playing now? Read somewhere only 25% of second rounders play. Yeah. It might have been Brian. Yeah, it's something like that. Vallis, Turner Stevenson, Joseph Valle. Habs WHL scout, was not great back in the day. Yeah. Well, Vallis, Bilodeau, Stevenson, 3 straight years. Montreal picked a player from Seattle in the first round. I don't think it's ever been done before or since, but like how lazy can you get? Did the Western Scout just camp in friggin' Seattle? And, yeah, pick this guy. I'm not going anywhere else. Yeah, he looks okay. And then they all friggin' bust. Oof. And you know what was the worst thing was, like I had my subscription to the Hockey News all the time, and you read it. You read it in the friggin' paper, in the Hockey News 2 months before the draft. Well, the Canadians really like Turner Stevenson. They were telling journalists who the frig they were going to draft. It was ridiculous in those days. Absolutely ridiculous. I knew that they were friggin' taking Turner Stevenson by reading it in a friggin' newspaper. Like, really? And it's not like it was the first pick overall or something where, well, duh. Yeah, that's who they're picking. It was the middle of the round. And it was a player that shouldn't have been taken that high. Turner Stevenson. Knew ahead of time. It was revealed to a friggin' guy that was printed in the paper. Like, what the hell are you doing? And it was the same with trades too. You knew that the 2 years, like rumors, Canadians really want to get Eric Weinrich, and they Patrick Poulin, and like reveal all your cards and then have to overpay. Trade Richer and friggin' Darcy Tucker to get Patrick Poulin, and oh man, wasn't even Weinrich. That was another deal, I think, with Chicago or something. But just the dark days. What Reggie Houle, nice guy, great guy, but should never have been GM. He was a friggin' beer salesman. Wayne Reddy. Wayne, you're asking a question on X, buddy. Love your Expos logo, but if you don't mind joining the gang here and hitting that like button when you get over here on Habs Cast on YouTube, Elon doesn't pay me anything. Okay? He's only a trillionaire. He can't afford to pay me $20 a podcast, or he gives me this. I even went through the hoops of getting, you have to be a premium member on X, and you pay so much a month. Like, I don't have to pay anything on YouTube, but all right. And then I had to get a picture of my license. I had to, get verified, all this stuff, get it set up with Stripe. And now I'm not getting the money. The $18 a month that I make on X, I'm not getting it. It's not coming through. Like poor Elon, I guess he's hurting it, It's been hurting the last couple of months. He can't afford to, even though they said, well, you made $18 this month, never showed up in my Stripe account. So just do me a favor if you're watching on X. I know it means clicking a couple extra buttons, but I appreciate it. I have a link always, my X account. Bing, bam. You're on my YouTube page. Like it. Come into the Habs chat. Say a few words. I'd be happy. Anyway, my choice for game 1. Are you ready for this, Wayne? My choice is Jakub Dovish. How can you not? Second most wins by a Habs rookie goalie in all time. Got to be him. Grant, is it the Jacques Beauchamp trophy Habs give to the unsung hero of the year? Who would you think gets it this year? Valeno, maybe? That's a good question. And you know what? Brent Bilodeau, I also knew that they were going to take him too. It was 2 straight years. I think it was probably that Western scout. Not only did he not travel anywhere, he just, we take the shuttle. We take the best player from shuttle. He just freaking tell the world. It was 2 straight years. I knew that they liked Bilodeau before the draft, like months before, and I knew Turner Stevenson by reading the hockey news. It was a complete gong show back in those days. Just absolutely. The Blues are on a bit of a run. What's the likelihood of them squeaking? No, I think it's kind of late. Like, I know the West really sucks, but surely they're not. They're still not in the running for that, are they? 73. I guess they are. Thing is, though, that they have to. Whenever you've got to jump over 5 teams, even if it's only a point difference between each of them, it's tough. Man. But so the 8th ranked team has 77. And the 13th ranked team has 73. It's just as tight in the West. That's crazy. What's Toronto here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 9th worst. Yeah. As long as they don't get McKenna. Rick, the way I feel tonight, I feel I may have witnessed Lucy Lalonde's rookie season. Right on, Grant. Looking good in the last 4 or 5 years of drafting. Yes. I think the Habs back then had bad WHL scout, bad USHL scout. The USHL didn't exist back then, but US scout, I guess. Oh, David Fisher, that was 15 years after. That was quite a bit later. David Fisher was from Apple Valley High School or something like that. I remember Timmy Murray telling me that, was at the bar in Shawville. Timmy having a few pints as usual with me. And who was he scouting for at the time? I think he might have been Anaheim, or probably Anaheim. And Brian was his uncle was the GM, Brian Murray. And he talked about this. Oh man, this freaking David Fisher kid thinks he's the best player, best thing since sliced bread. So the interview was just wild, and he was a high school player. I did see him that year. He played, he was part of the U.S. team at the U18s, and just didn't do anything for me. But the Habs picked him. But again, it was a bad draft, and it was middle of it. But they picked him instead of Claude Giroux. And I mean, I didn't get to see a lot of players, but I did get to see Claude Giroux being in Hull and being a very good player, being French Canadian, and being the right guy to pick. I think that was the same draft. I might be mistaken. But they passed on him. Yep. David Fisher. Apple Valley High School. 2 picks later, Claude Giroux. And you freaking hello. I was not happy about that. The draft could end up being a grand slam. Yep. Oh yeah, be Turlin. I recall someone said it sounded like a drug, not a first rounder. Yeah. Remember Parazogan? That friggin' stick swing? The crazy Russian? Took him with a first rounder too. Wasted. Yeah. I remember Rajan going up to the. They had the 13th, 16th pick. Like, oh, okay. Can do something here. Ron Hainsey. Okay. Who ended up having a long career, but of course it was after Montreal. They didn't develop him right. And again, this was during the whole era when you knew, and I knew from reading the frickin' hockey news that they really liked Marcel Hossa. It was like, why? You know, I'll give this with Trevor. He didn't reveal, he didn't say, oh no, I like this guy like that. A lot of people thought that he told me, like even when I scouted for him, I didn't know. I mean, I could, I made educated guesses, but yeah, as far as like, he wasn't going to the friggin' media and saying, yeah, we like this guy. I mean, you just don't. You don't reveal your hand. You don't let the other teams know, especially through the media, that this is who you like. It's just bad business. But I knew they liked Marcel Hossa because it was freaking common knowledge through the media. And Rajan gets up. Montreal Canadiens proud to select Marian Hossa. So, yeah, that's why you picked him, because you had Marian Hossa on the brain, thinking, oh well, he's his brother. He must be as good. The dark days, oof, and unfortunately, it went on for decades. And I remained a fan through thick and thin. Yes, I do feel blessed to have this version. By the way, I'm on the third one here. And thanks to, I guess, McCaskill's not coming out tonight, Donnie, but thank you. It's because of you and your generosity that I'm able to have 3 pints tonight. Thank you. Uh-oh, we've got 666 total watching right now. 666. You know what number that is? Hi, Grant. Love the way Caulfield comes out in board battles without having to body check on anyone. Yeah, I know, eh? He's a slick. He's always been slick. Slick Nick. Could have had a couple again tonight, too. Do you feel blessed to have this version of the Habs? Oh, wow. After the Oodle years? Yes. Expos, Dovish, Goy. What's okay? I'm old like you, lol, bro. Expos, Dovish. Does it work? No, eh? Oh no, it's okay, Wayne. It's all good, buddy. I'm glad you chimed in. Just if you can, he will give you the X coin. Elon is a bad guy. Skoy, you're being prolific there, buddy. How much do you make from your channel? Well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Uh, actually, I made $2,000 one December, which was the high point so far, just from the YouTube channel. So, I mean, it's $2,000 more than Elon pays me for hosting it on X. Igor Ulanov. Yeah, he was part of that deal, eh? And you knew that they wanted him for 2 freaking years. You keep reading it. Habs would like to get Igor Ulanov. Yeah? Why? Ula. Anyone get that reference? Post in the comments if you. Ula. If you know what I'm getting at with that. Funniest moment of the night. Watch with sound. Dallas fourth goal. Bixel. The Pens players yelling at the ref during the whole sequence. Sure. Nobody's getting a reference. It was from a song. It was from an album, double album in the 70s. Ooh la. We'll see if anybody knows what I'm getting at. Unsung hero Dobson, 13, 14, 20, 48, 93. Get all the glory. Oh, I thought you were posting his some kind of stat line. 13 goals, 14 assists, 20 points. So, geez, you don't add up very well there. 48 penalty minutes plus 93. Yeah. Lots of block shots, that's for sure. Fowler did play great, though, tonight. Yeah, he was all right. I don't know if he was great, but Murray got it. You got it. War of the Worlds. 14 years old in my basement bedroom, the lights out, listening to Richard Burton narrate War of the Worlds. It was an underrated album. If you've never heard it, folks, check it out sometime. Way to go, Murray. Yes, War of the Worlds. You got it. Loved that album when I was a impressionable teenager. Very unique. Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. Really solid 60-minute game tonight. One of our best of the season. Yep, it was. Passing on Brady for Kotkaniemi hurt? Absolutely not. No, not one bit. You got to look at the big picture here. So, would you rather have Brady Tkachuk and I don't know. Let me just okay. (2022) history. Wish my memory was better. Would you rather have Brady Tkachuk, Joakim Kemmel, And Joaquin Kemmel. Emil Hemming. And Edward Chalet. So Brady Tkachuk, Edward Chalet, Emil Hemming. Or would you rather have had KK and Smiley there? Dvorak, Slav, Demidov, and Reinbacher. Because if they'd have drafted Brady Tkachuk, guess what? They aren't picking first overall in the 2022 draft. They're not picking fifth overall in the 2023 draft. They're not picking fifth overall in the 2024 draft. So, right? They're probably picking, well, maybe not the guys that I said, but you know what I'm getting at. They don't have Slav. They don't have Reinbacher. They don't have Demidov. So things happen for a reason. Would you rather have Brady, USA Tkachuk, who's going to sign autographs with his brother Matt and make money off it and make money off of them winning the gold medal down in Florida when he's down there in a few days? No, I'll take Slav, Demi, and Reinbacher. Thank you very much. My point being, things happen for a reason. Would you rate Tyler Thorpe's year in Laval? How would you rate? So, I did a Tyler Thorpe video this afternoon. Disappointing, these people that, ask me about, well, I did a video. Owen Protz, what do you think of? Jeez, did a video 2 days ago. Go check it out. Tyler Thorpe, this afternoon, still. I did a Tyler Thorpe video, so why don't you go watch it when we're done here and or some other time. And I not only rate his year in Laval, I show video evidence and tell you what what I think his upside is, how long he'll be before he's ready, all that good stuff. So thanks for the plug, Sil. You got my text there, say, yeah, do this. Okay, no, I didn't do that, but yeah. Check out my video that I did at 3:00 this afternoon. Tyler Thorpe, video scouting, Grant McCagg. Papanicus, we'll see. Poppy, I'm not going to reveal what I think of Thorpe because I want y'all to watch that fine video that I did. Papanicus, we'll see. Regina beat Medicine Hat 4-2. No points for Captain Pickford tonight. Lots of downer. And Kelowna 1-5-1. Why do I get the feeling that Papanicus didn't have any points? Because he didn't. I don't know what the hell's going on with him lately. I'm going to have a look. I liked some things earlier in the year, but I don't know. For a guy picked in the 3rd round, he should be producing, and he's not. So that's a little disappointing. Would you rather Brady over Slaffin? Yeah, exactly, Ken. Grant, those dark days were bad. Your memory is impressive. Per Jogan scored against the Rangers, his first NHL game on a breakaway. Oh, well, you remember the good. I remember the stick swing to the guy's face. I haven't seen it too often. The baseball style swing, and he got like 15 games for it. It's like, ooh, the number of the beast. You got it, drum dude. I figured people would catch that quicker than they get ooh la, but somebody got it. War of the Worlds. I wouldn't have wanted to not get Slavkovsky. Yeah. I think there will be changes this summer. The Habs can't wait to see what they will do. Grant, is it true when Hans drafted Louis LeBlanc, that was phonies? Okay, I know I'm on my third beer, but I know that the Hans thing is Habs. That was phonies. Fonzie? Was it Fonzie that made the pick? Is that what you're... Grant, is it true when... Oh, okay. When Habs drafted LeBlanc, that was Gainey overriding Fonzie? Oh, no, Trevor, who wanted Kreider. Where'd you hear that? I don't know if it's that exactly. Trevor liked Kreider a lot. He didn't mind LeBlanc, but he didn't see him a lot. It was more, again, the U.S., you're a new head scout and you rely on your regional guys. And there was, I don't know if it was necessarily Gainey per se, but there was pressure to take LeBlanc. The draft was in Montreal that year, right? And LeBlanc was picked right around where he was ranked. I remember listening to it, TSN and Bob McKenzie the best. Missing Bob. Missed Bob's coverage of the draft. But he said this could be the steal of the draft when Montreal took, like, LeBlanc was ranked anywhere from like about 12 to 22 or something like that. So the consensus was that at 18 he was a solid pick. I remember talking to why do I keep getting a mind blank with this guy? Gauthier. Is it not Gauthier? Boucher. Okay, Boucher. Boucher, the former Ottawa Senators coach. He was in Drummondville at the time. He was coaching, and he said, "Hey, there's no more competitive player than this kid. He's just all compete." So, even though he was 160 pounds soaking wet at the time, it was like, okay, well, he'll put in the requisite work to put on 30, 40 pounds, or not 30, 40, but 20 pounds. And, he's going to Harvard, but that's okay. But then he went USHL, Harvard, Chicoutimi, like, stay in one place for a couple of years. You should have just stayed in college, put on the weight there because you don't play a lot of games, but too many people in his ear, too much pressure, Anyway, it just ended up being a disaster. And he never put on the weight that he needed to, and he never developed. And it ended up being a bad pick. But Trevor liked Kreider quite a bit. Yeah, he did. And I didn't really know Kreider. Like Trevor had asked me about it, but I hadn't seen him play, so I couldn't offer much. I know some of the guys that NHL scouts that had seen him weren't sure about his hockey sense, and I passed that on to Trevor and stuff. But frig, I saw that was the first combine I went to. I was scouting with the Habs that year, but I had never seen Louis LeBlanc or Chris Kreider, so I wasn't offering much advice on either of them. But Chris Kreider was like, he was a specimen. If you saw him at the combine, you couldn't help but be impressed. And I know it impressed Trevor, and Trevor being an amateur bodybuilder and taking kinesiology and university and all that stuff, had a appreciation for people that took care of their bodies. And Kreider was obviously a friggin' a man amongst boys at the combine. Blew away all of the testing, and just he was huge and just in fantastic shape. And Trevor liked him quite a bit, but there was pressure from up high, like even higher than Gainey, right? You got to kind of, hey, bosses have say. And so they took LeBlanc, and Kreider would never have ran into Carey Price. He wouldn't be hated by Montreal fans, and he would have helped them win. But things turned out differently, and Louis didn't pan out, and rest is history. Wade Wilson, former quarterback for the Oakland Raiders, says, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Wade. Sorry, Grant, busy the young lads on the weekend, so I did see it. No worries. So I was feigning disdain for you not having watched it. I fully understand, and it was only earlier today, so it's all good. Most underrated Habs, Struble. Yeah, he'd be a good choice. 2003 draft, one of the deepest ever. Yeah, I know. Yeah, all that Canadian talent, and Trevor. I think he was partly influenced by. He was with the Ottawa scouting crew that took Hossa from Slovakia, and he kind of is, similar. Kostitsyn, sort of similar to Hossa. I mean, if everything would have turned out, big, thick, power forward, strong, skilled guy from Belarus, right? Not that far from Slovakia. And thought, he was excellent. He was really good in the U18s that year. They were taking a flyer on him to a certain degree. Hadn't been scouted that much. Of course, you don't know the characters so much and know that he'd be a hard drinking vodka guy and all that. party animal. Again, you can't necessarily predict those things especially when you're drafting somebody from Belarus, right? You only have so many character notes. And yeah, I remember running into uh, um, Timmy Murray in the Royal Bank in Chavo, saying to him like, I hope they take Getzlaff. And Tim, his feet, he doesn't have the fastest feet. And it's funny, he was with Anaheim at the time. They ended up drafting him. He dropped to Anaheim or whatever. But I had seen some of Getzlaff that year, Calgary, and I'm quite impressed. And I thought, the Canadians need the big center, the big, tough, skilled center. And I was hoping that they take Getzlaff at 10, but they took a chance on this Kostitsin kid. Hey, didn't look like, he had that 30 goal season or whatever it was, right? Pretty early in his career. And, the partying and stuff, like anything else, man, you got to keep at it. Those has to be the grinds. Doesn't matter how talented you are. If you don't put in the work and if you party too much, all that stuff, it can all go, like partying or get addicted to video games, as somebody did who was great his first couple of years in the league. Yeah, great job. My biggest concern happening as the games get tougher, teams are going after the goalies. Some of our skilled players. Yeah, I know. What do you suggest we do? Well, it doesn't matter that we get pissed off, Salvatore. It's going to happen every now and then. Grin and bear it. Fight back when you can. Do what you can. Doesn't matter who wins the fights. It's a scoreboard at the end of the night. Yeah, it'd be nice to have the toughest team in the league and beat everybody up. But, it's not the 80s, 90s anymore, 70s. It's not as pertinent as it used to be. You just hope they don't, nobody gets injured because of it. I think the Habs have a good one in Adam Nicholas. Yeah, it's good to have a skills coach. That's for sure. Need to address Jack tomorrow. Canes will intimidate. Canes don't have an intimidating team. Not that I know of. I think I heard Trevor wanted Kreider. I'm the one that's revealed the story in the past, so like that's info that I have. The scout was probably me, because I was scouting with the team at the time. So, would you know why the NHL moved draft age from 19? Well, they moved it from 20 actually. Yeah, it became a legal thing. Like you're an adult at 18, so why can you not get drafted? If somebody challenged it and they changed it. 3 teams in a row seem to take liberties. Yeah, get back on the toughness thing. Let's talk about. I don't care. Was anybody hurt? Like Big deal. 3 wins in a row. Yeah, exactly. 4. Would you know why the NHL moved draft age from 19 to 18? Oh, asking again here. Do you think it was a good move? Well, the draft age was 20. Then they had 1 year 19, then 18. I don't know if it was a good move, but legally they didn't have much choice. Nylander to Habs for a first, a second, and age. Nylander. Yeah, that proven playoff veteran warrior. I would pass on Nylander. I don't think that's not what they're missing. They got lots of skill. It's, you know, I mean, it wouldn't address Gaza's concerns having Nylander. Everybody taking liberties. Nylander going to be the guy that comes in and no. Got lots of skill in the top 6, 9. So you trade future and age in a second to get a this guy in the press box. No, I'd pass. Oh, sorry, Grant. It was you. Yeah, it was probably me. Yeah, that's my draft story. It was definitely me. Yeah, and I used to be on with Snake and Tony every now and then, and Tony'd always try to stir the pot. So, Snake, what do you think of Mayu? Oh, 7th defenseman. That's all he'll ever be. Really? Because he knew that I had a different opinion. That you have to be patient with your defenseman. Yeah. Those were the days. Not sure. Was it possible Suzuki would be first center to 100 points ever as a Hab? Pete Mahovlich, 117 points. You won't believe who has record for Habs. Well, you're just asking me if he'd be the first, and then you say you won't believe. Thought you didn't know. Anyway, Pete had 117 or 119. I think he was 4th in the league in scoring or something like that. He'd have the Habs record for a center for sure. Big Bad Pete. First year that he centered Shutt and Lafleur. I think he was 4th in the league in scoring that year. I might be wrong. Something close to that. 117 points, yeah. Got that part right. Guy, of course, was number 1. Pete had 117. I think it was 4th. Oh, the good old days. Been a long time. Well, let's see, 117. Oh, okay. Right, that was 74, 75, the year before. Yeah, Guy was fourth and Mahovlich was fifth. Oren Espos lost last year at the top of the scoring race. Marcel third. Yeah, Bobby Clark sixth. Did you see that list that the Athletic put out? Greatest players since '67. It was ridiculous. Lafleur was 14th after Joe Sakic. Like, come on. Really? Joe Sakic won 1 MVP, 2 cups, no scoring titles. It's like, really? No Lester, 1 Lester B. Pearson Award, and like Lafleur 5 cups, 3 Harts, 3 Art Rosses, 3 Ted Lindsay Awards. You know, like, come on. There's like no comparison. Joe Sakic was a good player, but 75 to 80, that was Lafleur's era. There wasn't, nobody touched him. And to put him 14th on the list, it was like, oh, come on. Ridiculous. But it also had like Bobby Clark, like 30th or something. And man, like, this had to be put together by folks that weren't around watching hockey in the 70s, because Bobby Clark, freaking 2 straight Hart trophies, heart and soul of the freaking the Flyers there. Like, I wasn't a big Bobby Clark fan, but come on. And all these guys, you know, Jagger like 5th or 6th, and Ovechkin 6th. Like, Ovechkin won 1 cup. Yeah, he scored a pile of goals. Good for him. But not one of the best 10 players of the... I'm sorry. You know, there's a lot more to hockey than just having the most goals a few years in a row. Did not agree with the list at all. Like, a Mark Messier has to be ahead of Ovechkin as a, you know, come on. If you know hockey. Anyway, I had a lot of issues with that list, and they especially, like, it was like this, the late 60s and early 70s didn't even matter. Beliveau, Howe, and Hull, Bobby Hull, weren't on the list. I mean, it wasn't, the question wasn't best careers after 1967. It was top players since 1967. And, you know, as I said when people were disagreeing with my viewpoints on it, you know, you talk to any player in the NHL that played between 1967 and 1972 and try to convince them that Gordie Howe, Bobby Hull, and Jean Beliveau between 67 and 72 for Howe and Hull, and 67 and 71 for Beliveau, that they weren't three of the top 10 players in the league at that time, whether they were a bit older or not. Beliveau was number 1 center on 3 cup winners between 67 and 71. And still just a fantastic, like, he put the Canadians on their back against what's considered one of the best teams of all time, the 1971 Bruins, who were not supposed to even come close to losing. Well, Beliveau, in his swan song, and this was his last year, carried the Habs to a cup, beat the friggin' Bruins. You can't put him in a top 100 list of players after 1967. And why would you do 1967 anyway? But they did. But it's clearly, you know, the Athletic, and it's people well, there were no boomers that were putting this list together, obviously, and no Generation Xers that were born before 1975, probably. So it was just silly. Like, anyway, I know these are all opinion things and stuff, but it just got me. No Canadians in the top 10. Yet who's won more cups since '67 than the Canadians? Are there any teams? I don't think so. Habs won, what, 8 or 9? Or any other teams win 9? No. None of them, none of the top 13 players are Montreal Canadiens? Give me a break. Yeah. Oh, you saw my thing? Okay. Susie, if he keeps the pace, will be our first top 10 league scorer in 40 years since Naslund. I know, pretty crazy. Well, folks, it's 12:26. I think I best shut her down here. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, everyone that liked and subscribed. I hope we hit 100 here. Thank you for the contributions. But I got to roll. Nature's calling. Have yourselves a grand evening, and we'll see you in the morning, I hope. Okay? Bye for now.